some of these, and she might answer these.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey Christine, whenever you're ready, and guys, this is zero pressure here, we can always stop, we can take our time. If, George, if you don't like an answer you're given, you can just say, let me start over. Zero pressure here, guys.
I'll probably cuss. When I cuss, I don't even know it. You have to tell me. I'm serious. I'm not. I've been trying to think about this.
So we can give you a little beat.
It's so true. Thanks for being honest.
So it's so true.
All right, Christine, whenever you're ready.
Alrighty. Can you describe life before starting your recovery journey with Sojourner Recovery Services?
I started life before the Sojourners. I was homeless for 6 years, and I lived in the woods. And life was very hard. Didn't have a lot of stuff, but I had the habits. But I didn't have a place to stay. Eating was kind of hard. Clothing was tough. It was a rough life, but I managed. I survived.
What made you decide to seek help and begin your recovery process with Sojourner?
Well, I never really wanted help, but what made me go was I had an infection in my body that was actually killing me, and I ended up going to the hospital, and they got the infection out, and my arm was totally ripped apart, and so I needed a place to stay after the surgery. So I decided to go to Sojourners and go through the program. That would give me healing time plus the time to quit and get my life straight.
Getting sick while you were homeless and the issues that were happening with your arm, were they drug related, George?
Yeah, it was. I had the infection I got was caused by a needle when I was shooting dope, and I missed my vein, and I knew it. My whole arm was on fire when that happened, and I didn't take care of it for well over a month, and my arm got huge. And I wouldn't go to the hospital because I knew that they would. I would quit what I was doing, and I wasn't ready to quit.
When you entered Sojourner, what was the most helpful thing that happened to you while you were at Franklin?
Say that again.
When you were at Franklin,
Yeah.
what was the best thing that happened to you at Franklin? What did you get most out of it?
I got a lot out of my stay at Franklin facility. I'd never been with a group of guys that I didn't know what to expect because I'd never been through rehab of any sort. I'm in my middle 50s, and I had no clue of what that was like. I never knew anybody that went through a rehab service. So what I got mostly out of it was the fellas that I was in with. I met a lot of good friends, and I still have them, and most of them still clean today. And I went through, with what I was going through, there was people that's already been through what I was going through, and they've been through it a couple times. I was only going to do this once, so far it still works. But I got out of listening to the fellas with how they went through their journey.
What was the biggest challenge that you faced when you were at Sojourner? The biggest challenge that you faced when you were at Sojourner? I know what it was.
My dog.
There you go.
I know. When I went into Sojourners, I had a dog. I've had a dog for 12 years now, and he was, at the time, I think it was like 8 years. I've had him for 8 years, and 2 of those 8 years we was under a roof. Everything else has been under the stars. So I really needed to find him a place to stay while I was doing what I needed to do. And I felt really bad because he didn't ask for any of it. But I had to find a place to keep him where I know he was safe and he was all right and he was taken care of.
How has your life changed since you left Sojourner?
Well, I'm a totally different person. I had 42 years of addiction, so this is all new to me. I mean, I've been clean for 3 years now, and you know, I go to Christmas with my sister the last 3 years, and it's different because I never was clean. I went to Christmases, but I wasn't the same. So everything seems different. Every once in a while, I have these weird, you know, like I'm out of place moments, because I never was clean.
What are some of the personal achievements that you've reached since you have been in recovery?
Number one, I got a place to stay. I got a roof over my head, which is a real huge difference the way it was before. And I learned to stay away from a lot of people. I mean, there's only been 3 people that's been in my house since I've had it. And I never was that way. Everybody was my friend. And I do mean everybody. That was a big change that I had to overcome.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot here, I think.
You've already.
But if you don't want to answer it, that's okay.
Holy cow.
What would you say to somebody that had mental health issues and didn't address them?
If you have mental health issues, number one, you don't know it. You will not know it. I didn't know it. When I got diagnosed with my mental health, I would never have believed it in my life. But if you stick a needle in your arm, there is something wrong with you. So you do need to check out your mental health. But when they checked out my mental health, and it took 2 years to get that under control with the right medication. The facility's awesome. I give them 100% because they stuck with me for 2.5 years. Now, I'm still with them, but they stuck with me for 2.5 years, day and night. And I think everybody who's doing drugs of some sort, even if you ain't doing drugs, there is mental health issues. Everybody has.
So on Saturdays, when you see our friends that are struggling with addiction and mental health issues, what advice do you give to these people that are coming in that are high and seeking treatment? What advice would you give somebody?
I would give somebody advice to check out Sojourners. I mean, I'm with a group called Slim, and we serve people with addiction, homeless, low income, and a lot of people are looking for, you know, a change of life. And some people go through it, and majority of them don't. But eventually, people do come in, and we tell them what the facility's like and what to expect, and they're either okay with it or not. But we don't give up.
Absolutely. George, in one word, I'm going to give you a minute to think about this. In one word, what does recovery mean to you?
Freedom.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share about your recovery journey or a message to others considering services?
Yeah, don't give up. I mean, I know I did drugs with a bunch of people, and there's only a few of them still out there. But don't never give up. I mean, there's always going to be a day where you're tired of it. And we come across that quite a bit. But just hang in there and be tough, and we're there when you need it. It's a good place.
That's all I got.
Beautiful. George, is your dog still with you?
Yeah, just turned 12.
Can you tell Christine about your dog a little bit? What's your dog's name? Tell us about it.
Yeah, my dog, I got him when he was 5 weeks old. So he's been with me his whole life. And I met Miss Christine, she works at Sojourner. She used to give out pizzas on North End. And she met my dog before she met me because my dog would run around with me. I never put my dog on a leash. He don't know a leash. He stays right with me. And she asked me, can my dog have a pizza? And I was like, well, yeah, but I want one too, you know. And she's like, well, I'll give you one. I just want to ask you for the dog for one. But since then, my dog, me and my dog and Miss Christine, we would always be together. She would go pick clients up and would have my dog with them for years. And a lot of the clients knew my dog, didn't know me, but they knew the dog, which my dog's name is Kane. And Kane has been a very big part of my recovery and a lot of other people's recovery. When I serve on Saturdays, I see people that I did drugs with and stayed in the woods with for quite some time. First thing they ask is, how's the dog doing? How's Kane doing? And I mean, that's just amazing that they still remember the dog. And sometimes I'll meet people and they're going through the line getting food and they say, I know you. And I'm like, I don't know you. And they're like, you got a dog. I'm like, yeah, I know you know me if you know my dog. And I just think that's great because my dog helped me through my recovery. But at the same time, it's helped a lot of people. So.
Can you talk a little bit more about life in the woods with Kane? That's a pretty interesting.
Yeah. I lived outside of Hamilton. I wasn't one of these people that lived in town. I didn't go into abandoned houses and garages and stuff like that. I didn't like a lot of people. I didn't like the situation I was in. So I took it outside of Hamilton. I lived by the bike path, by the canal, next to the power plant. And I lived under, I didn't have a tent, I had 2 tarps that I lived under, and that was home for a couple years. I screwed up by letting some people come to my campsite. And that's number one rule. The more people you have around you, you're going to lose stuff. Things are going to happen. It's rough life. I mean, you leave 1 minute, you come back, and all your stuff's gone. It don't work. But it was very tough. I enjoyed it because I was out of sight. I could see North End looking one way. I could see New Miami looking the other way. See the dam one way, and then I could see the bike path the other way. So I had it made. I mean, I was hid in everything, but it's a lonely life. I mean, a lot of people. I did camp with. I called it camping. I did camp with a couple, and we was together for like 2 years, and I had no problem with them because we trusted each other. I watched their stuff during the day. They watched my stuff at night, vice versa, and. Matter of fact, they're doing good now. One of them's clean, the other one is pregnant, so she's out of the woods. But it's just it's a way of life, and I mean it's such an impact on me. I can tell time by looking at the sun. You know, I never missed a meal, too many meals, so I had to learn how to tell time by the sun. And I was within 15 minutes. I could still probably do it today. The heat don't bother me. I mean, I could walk 20 miles. I was going to walk here, but it would be bad because my hair would be soaking wet. But I was planning on walking home, you know, because there's some places I go. That still, you know, I'm 56 years old. People my age don't even do half the stuff I do. I just started when I got my place, and I got my place through TLC. I just started sleeping on a bed. I mean, I never slept on a bed. For years, at least 8 years. Just everything was changing. I had to relearn. I mean, TLC got me a place before before all this happened, and it was you come out of the woods to a place to live. That don't work because you're still living the way that you lived in the woods. You're still doing drugs. You're still messing with people. Now, when you come out of the woods and into a living establishment, that's torture. I had the biggest trap house in Hamilton, and they still talk about it. And I I just caught, and I never thought it would happen, but there was people in my house that I would never even talk to today on the road, but yeah, I was doing dope with them. I met some great people. I met some terrible people. It was an experience. It's just, it's scary because anything can happen. There was people falling out of my house 4 or 5 times a week, and I mean, people would bring them back to life, and I just never seen that. But I never stopped it. That's what the drugs control has over you. It's incredible.
George, what I'm hearing is that the behavior has to change also with
You have to
stopping the
learn.
drugs.
You have to, in order for you to go from a person on the street to a so-called normal person, you have to change everything, the way you live, the way you think about living, the people you hang out with, hell, even the way you eat. I mean, there's certain things that we eat day in, day out at the mission, and that's just for you to survive. I mean, some of it don't taste good. I mean, it's there for you to eat and to survive. But surviving sucks when it gets old. I did it for so long, it was easy for me, but it just, when I got my place now, I mean, it's like, man, every once in a while I have a flashback because I don't talk about my past. Now, you ask me a question, I will tell you, but it's because it was such a hard time. I mean, there was times I didn't eat, my dog ate, but I didn't eat. There's times when I got a plate of food, my dog would get half of it. My dog went everywhere I went. And that kept me out of a lot of problems because I don't have a jail record. There's no record of me. And not that I'm perfect, I slipped through the cracks. I did everything what everybody's done my whole life, I just never got caught. So when you decide you're gonna quit, you gotta quit everything. I mean, you gotta get your record straight, number one, because your cops are still gonna bug you because they think you're still out there. So you gotta get that cleaned up. The way you eat, the way you go, you gotta get a job, just every single thing, everything.
Good stuff. Thank you, George.
Yep.
So, Chris, one more time, if we could just skip the FaceTime thing.
Sure.
George, if you could just look into the
Yeah, got you.
box here and talk about the employees. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, the air is still on. Sorry, pause for just a second.
Okay, I got you. What happens when the air's on? Does that like?
This mic picks it up.
So
it just makes.
That's weird. I didn't know if there's a mic here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I knew it was there, but I don't see it.
It makes life a little difficult when we go in and edit this stuff.
He's done more for me than Sojourner, but that's only because I'm so gratefully glad that on my mental health, I'm a totally different person because I see things differently. I act differently. I mean, Miss Christine knows. She used to tell me when we're cooking Saturday meals, like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you've changed. You know, you've changed. What's different about you?" Well, it took 2 years before my meds to finally work to get my mental health under control. And how I know that they worked was I tried to wean myself off of them. I went through my doctor and I said, "I want to wean myself off. I think this is done." No, it wasn't done. Before the month was over, I was having panic attacks. And I was like, no, my mental health is, I'm not trying to tweak my medicine anymore. So I know that my mental health was a huge part of my addiction. Now, one thing I like about Sojourner, and TLC's the same way. I mean, I've been with TLC nonstop for 3.5 years now, nonstop. But Sojourner, with what they put up with is phenomenal. I've never seen people, especially like Miss Christine, go through what they go through with these people because you got to keep in mind an addict, they're different from everybody else. They don't care what they say, how they say it. They don't care who they're talking to. They put up, Sojourner's employees put up with a lot of crap and they don't give up. They never give up. I mean, I've seen Miss Christine take the same person up 20 times, go into rehab, and next thing you know, a week later, you see him out. "Hey, Miss Christine, I've seen so-and-so. What happened?" "Well, he quit. He'll be back, don't worry. And he would be back. And she would treat him the same every single time. And I mean, I've never seen people do that. And TLC is also the same way. I've had a case manager there that I still talk to today. She's not my case manager. She moved up. That was just, she never gave up on me. I mean, she knows how I was. I mean, I never went to doctors. I've been to every doctor now. I've gotten my health under control with doctors because they don't give up. And she knew that I tried to fight everything, and I don't now anymore. But because that they never gave up, my therapist says the same thing. I went through so many changes. They see it. I didn't because it was so slowly. But because they never gave up, they can get back with me on it and say, hey, you know, this is how you used to be and was. And it's like, wow. It's a great feeling to look back on what Sojourner's been there for me, which I'm still, I serve meals on Saturdays for the homeless and the, people with addiction and stuff. Sojourner people come in and they help us serve. So I know their routine. I know that they're good people and they care. They want to help. They're only there to help. I mean, that's it. So if you want to help, you can go there.
Thank you, George.
All right.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Beautiful.